everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds, welcoming you back to Lovecraft Country and the Secret World Legends, and we made it, or rather, you did it. We've hit the 50 subscriptions to unlock the bonus episode, and it's one of my favorites. Now, some of you may already know which episode this is by where I'm situated, but for those who don't, the reason it's a bonus episode is that this particular adventure, as it were, was not included in the original game. It's a DLC adventure, The Vanishing of Tyler Freeborn, and it is, however, the most Lovecraftian story that you're going to find on Solomon Island, or if not the whole game. See, majority of the time, we've been doing Lovecraft's tropes, of course. We've been dealing with but we've always had that sort of dark humor in the back, that sort of fighting up, even if it is against the inevitable. It's more in line with Robert E. Howard's form of cosmic horror. But this particular story, this one's pure Lovecraft. Pure, how do I put this? Pure cosmic horror, pure idea of the forces that is arrayed against you and how just the mere knowledge of such things can drive you mad. But it starts, of course, like most Lovecraftian tales, with a apocalyptic log, except rather than a 19th century battered journal, the 21st century version of this starts with an SD card carelessly tossed from a postal truck that leads us to, well, the darkness within Solomon Island. Let's begin, shall we? The search for Tyler Freeborn. An abandoned memory card contains a recording made by one Tyler Freeborn who is speculating on the nature of recent events in Solomon Island. Follow his trail and see what he knows. Shall we?
I'm broadcasting from Solomon Island, inside a wall of fog. It's day, Jesus, I don't know how long it's been. Or what day of the week. I'm Tyler Freeborn. Solomon Island has been entombed inside a thick mist. I'm not alone, there are others. Other survivors and others. Prior to the event, I posted several video reports about the Orachi Science Outpost. Those reports were quickly censored. The feds paid me a little visit. National security, they called it. They made threats. It was all pretty clear. I had no choice. When the mist came, they put their camp into lockdown. Nothing got in, nothing got out. They were safe. It was like they were prepared. For the rest of us, far as I can tell, the survivors were either unconscious, asleep, tied up, or out of reach of the fog when it happened. A couple people I haven't been able to figure out yet. Either they got very lucky or something fishy's going on. I don't trust anyone. No one at all. There's military personnel on the island. There are parachutes in the middle of the night. They're most likely working with the Orachis. Or for them. You'd have thought that if they could get people onto the island, they could also get people off the island, but maybe they don't want to help us. So what are they afraid of? The truth? Us? Are they afraid of us? Are we infected? And what about that mist? Why can't we pass through it? Does it contain toxins? A nerve gas? Nuclear fallout? Is it occult in nature, extraterrestrial? Whatever it is, it's the key to all that's happened, and I'm gonna find out. They were all warned. If you've been reading my blog and watching my podcast, you know they were warned. Again and again and... Jesus Christ, what the hell was that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
Okay then, so like I said, the 21st century of the version of the apocalyptic log. Now, the reason why it's here is kind of interesting. You'll notice that the post office truck is smashed here with all these in it, and this probably came from over there. Now, there's a really old trick that used to be done with the mail and trying to keep things secret. You could mail something to yourself, and the federal government would actually prevent it's to make it illegal for you to search your mail and take it, because it becomes federal property once the post office has it. And frankly, too many things go through the post office to be able to track. This guy probably mailed the SD card to himself, but then it got got torn out the back of this postal service, which means the post office was still going after the fog, which props to you guys. Seriously, trying to keep them neither rain nor snow or sleet or zombie apocalypse, which is actually kind of the name of the mission here. But the thing is, even if I didn't have this little B indicator of where exactly the point was, I recognized it by the video. In fact, I would love it if they gave us enough credit to be able to do so, because it's part of a mission before. It's, if you remember back in episode 31, I put down a family of zombies, but the thing is their house is overlooking the point in that video. So, yeah, if you're ever in an apocalypse, you want a bike. Either it's if you've got gas, you want a motorbike, and, oh, you're crying out loud. Excuse me. If it's a gas, you want a motorbike. If you don't have gas, you want a bicycle, because they'll get you everywhere. In fact, bicycles are really cool for zombie apocalypses because they're quiet, they don't require fuel, and they'll keep your cardio going for if you do have to run. It's just kind of bad for the knees. But we'll let the family here alone for now. But yes, here it is. Now, this is the location where it happened, which must have happened shortly before we arrived, because most people have only been... Excuse me. Filming, please. Okay, search. Ooh, special B power. Dog tags, which means you probably had military. I can't even read these. Alright, so the military camp. So what happens is the military must have shown up to fight it and grabbed him as a civvy. Well, Tyler's probably on some sort of watch list, and they snapped him up, but I'm not exactly sure why. There's no transmissions coming in and out. His YouTube channel, whatever he was filming that for, couldn't get updated. But I have the SD card, so that means it was never taken from the mail, and thus it was never uploaded. Ugh, there's that plume again. But yeah, so we're going to have to pop in and see Sarge, our old friend, and probably steal some information from them. And then here's the asylum. You know, I haven't actually thought about this, but the fact that there's an asylum taking up like 2 acres on this island and nobody talks about it, yeah, it's sketchy. I mean, I guess this is a good place to store people out of the way, and I guess in a Lovecraftian tale you're going to need those asylums for people who stumble on the horrible truth, but it just seems excessive. I suppose if the founding fathers, the Illuminati, the old Illuminati might have done so, but find information. And where do you find information but in an unsecured laptop? Ms. Olson, your security is terrible. Alright then, incident reports is probably what we're looking for. Narcotics, trespassing. Is that it? There. Oh, got lucky. Found a guy sneaking around and we took his camera. It was encrypted. We escorted Mr. Tyler Freeborn to his safe house in the woods. Camera's been sent to Orachi for decryption. So we know where the Orachi camp is. No, this guy's blog needs to be shut down. monstersdomain.blog.com. I can't, like I said before, show that here with the in-game browser, but I will leave a link to it in the description below. Anyways, so let's go to the safe house. And frankly, I don't think safe is any description of any place around here. Okay then. So the place that's safe is closer to the damned mine and the haunted forest. Really? This is your idea of safe? Hi guys. I suppose they're on break. Yeah, the Ash Forest does seem to be a place we keep coming back to. Now, the parachutes and the knights that he mentioned are the supply drops. That's an easy mystery to solve. The fact that the military was here before the fog, on the other hand, questionable. Now, we know the Phoenicians were here, but they were here for unrelated tasks. They were attempting to get the plans for the soul collector, or such that is, the anima collector over at the amusement park. But here, a little less more questionable. So this is your idea of a safe house. Really? Sigh. Excuse me, lady, I gotta get in there. Ah, here we are. Oh, you. I guess she must be your daughter? Well, on the other hand, they must have been a safe house for a while. They've got supplies here. There's still a functional lantern, so I'm guessing the ghost overrunning this facility was recent. Could have been that the safe houses, if you remember back at the first military mission, I don't have enough cards for this, so you're going to have to go back and check some of these missions if you want to. But if you go back to the first one with Sarge, which I think is in the low 20s, You'll note there's a fire team in here. My guess is this used to be a safe house. The ghosts overran it, and they sent a fire team in, which failed to rescue it. But does that mean Mr. Tyler's gone? I like how the bird just settles down on there. Read the note. All right. Monsters of Maine, final post, evidence part 2. They took my camera, everything I'm looking for, the proof. These years it was all there. The military's all over me now. Probably gone through my trailer, my records of my life, everything I've written about in this blog, everything I've spoken about in the podcast, all just words if I don't get some hard evidence. That's exactly what I'm going to do. All right, so trailer. Now, we know where the trailer is, and if you recall, that's where we found the SD card originally, because if you think about it, he mailed it to himself. Well, the thing is, you can do that easily if you're mailing to some place the post office delivers to directly in some cases. In a small town like this, mail that's handled locally will never be touched by the primary facility. You end up, how do I put this? They end up doing it themselves. Now, anything that goes out of town goes to a central point, and I think I've taken a wrong turn. Excuse me, Filth River? Ew. Destroyed my bike. Ah, here we go. I believe there's a trail up here. Pardon me, dead people. Yeah, so as I was saying, yeah, they'll just deliver it themselves. So therefore, it keeps it out of the Fed's hands because there's a chance they can tamper with their own mail. Also, if you just mail a package to yourself and don't have a return address, it's not really going to make anybody suspicious. Now, I bet this is a really good picnic area place in the day. Of course, you know, it's below the haunted asylum. So, right. I don't know. Is there any place in Kingsmith on Solomon Island that's really a good tourist spot? Anyways, so we're going to head back over to the Wakanabe Trailer Park, which, of course, if you've got a trailer, that's where it is, and he appears to be part of the Wakanabe Nation. God, it's not a tribe, people. I suppose they can play the alternate universe card and say that it is a tribe instead of a nation. Ugh. Arts and crafts been reduced from their rich history of serving Gaia to an arts and craft. Hang on, I think I got a bit of lag here. There we go. What the heck was that? Anyways, I haven't been able to afford the faster sprint speed, unfortunately, so we're still kind of on a 10 speed kind of going. My guess is that we're dealing with an electric motor on the Hell Cycle. I don't pretend to know how this technology works. I mean, the fact that he materializes and dematerializes will means it's probably just another manifest object by his power. After all, you're a living battery of anima, so therefore, you're going to kind of be able to create things because they're made of anima. Everything's made of anima. It's like chi, I suppose. All right, let's see what we got here. Sure, somebody's celebrating a little too soon. I don't know. I suppose if it's the apocalypse, you only really can get high. And hello, magic bee power. Hi. Oh, do I knock first? Oof! Dude! Come on. Yeah. Come on, don't lose him. Oh, for crying out loud, what is this guy on? Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing that I move at this speed, but at least I got the magic arrow to tell me where he's going. Ah, there we go. Oh, come on. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Hey, where'd the bike go? Oriachi. Of course. Thing is, the military is incompetent. But they kind of realize it. Sort of. Oriachi doesn't realize they're incompetent, and here we are back where we started. Dude, why did you ditch the bike? Anyways, let's go. Probably not going to catch that thing, but maybe we're on an island that's been sealed off. Eventually it has to stop somewhere, probably back at the camp, and we'll have to infiltrate the camp. But the question is, what did Mr. Freeborn have that was so... what the hell? Hey, I thought we were friends. Alright, kind of friends. Co-workers. Rivals. Apparently not terribly good at aiming those things. Now, like I said before, the circles that appear are probably foresight from the bee, warning us where the attack is going to come. Excuse me. Ugh. Apparently not with enough. That sucked. Ugh. God. Regenerate, regenerate, regenerate. If I had time, let's check. Yeah. There we go. Putting that flesh back together. Yowza. Okay. Sometimes... Alright, that's it. That's it. Hang on. Alright, we can time it better this time. Right then, so... Oh. Hi. That was the creature that came out of the water. Is it turning into a cover-up too? Hey, you know, if you still had missiles left, I bet you that would have gone better. Hey, my bike! They remembered my bike. That's cool. How does this cutscene know it and the other one doesn't? Oh, hi. Look. Dude. Burn. Whoa, you survived. Impressive. But you didn't survive that one. Gods. Anyways. You're ugly, just as ugly as the museum. Yeah, that's what's left of it. And there's another SD card. Yeah. Here we go. So, whatever Tyler had that he hid in his trailer, which is not the best place to hide it, Oriachi doesn't want me to get. Let's just avoid the draw gorgie over there, shall we? So let's see what that is, shall we?
Are you seeing this? I've been observing them for days now. They're fascinating. I mean, I always knew they were real. All the stories, the pictures, the research, the legends and lore, my grandfather's stories, all of it real. I never had any doubts about it. But to see one of them in the wild, to film it, that's something else. It's what I've worked for, what I've sacrificed everything for. This is literally the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. Of course, the rest of it is not so great.
Okay.
Still, I need to follow it. See where it hides, where it lives. Where it came from. I'll need to switch this off, but I'll document my findings somehow.
Okay, well... well, actually, we got a report from Kirsten. Let's see what it is. You're asking us to dig into both the military and Oriachi in this one. Feel like pissing on the council while you're out there? May as well go 3 for 3. Let's make sure you're on the same page of the subject as Tyler Freeborn. Everything you've ever photographed or written is a threat, not only to Oriachi and the military, but to us. Tyler is the enemy. If Oriachi and the military can't handle him, then we will. I'm not going to be your assassin, lady. Fun fact, our name appears in the comment section of Tyler's blog. Just to be clear, I don't like it when our name appears in the comment section of the blog. Like I said, there'll be a link in the description if you want to read his blog. Alright then. Okay. Now the thing is about the location in that video, I know where it is. If you paid attention to the background of all the videos, kind of wish I didn't have the indicator because I'd feel more clever, you'll note that it has the Oriachi camp and the Oriachi container. So we're going to go back into that direction. Now, let me get rid of that buzz. Okay, that's a little better. Now the thing about that is that the Oriachi group is... Well, hang on. I might as well get started while I'm talking. Otherwise, I'm just going to natter on forever. Excuse me, guys. The thing about the Oriachi group is that they're the men in black who aren't as good as us. Oh, excuse me. Dude, elsewhere. Oh, you're actually not bad either. But now you're dead anyways. Bye, dude. Alright, back up through here. Come on, give me my bike. There we go. Apparently it doesn't work on sand, you know. Hell bikes and all that. Okay. Let's head over to Oriachi, shall we? Passing through, guys. Don't mind me. Okay. They're not terribly as competent as we are. Now, I'm not gonna whack Mr. Freeborn if I find him. I'm gonna probably try to find a way to get to fake his death, because, frankly, he's not really much of an issue. Now, I can see why Oriachi wants this particular... Oh, good grief. Grand opening, never. this particular SD card dealt with, because if you look at it, you'll see there's actually a moving beast. Now, we've seen that beast before in the dungeon run of the Darkness War. Again, just too many freaking cards. I only have 5 cards for one episode. I got to figure out which episodes I'm going to link to. But anyways, that one was the second dungeon run. And it... Let's see, over here. And it had those creatures, the Filth Guardians, I believe they're called. Plus the Akab, that are whose descendants were fighting here. And lots of Mayans. And a big dragon. I don't know if the dragon's going to show up. Hey, dude. Take it, the retirement from Orochi's not working out.
Visual tracking initiated.
Well, visual tracking? Who are we tracking? Do I have a thing to track here? Oh, there it is. Ooh, you're telling me that creature... It couldn't have been that recently. I mean, if he had time to mail the first card... Although... This one probably comes after that concurrently. He didn't have time to mail it. He was captured first when... I don't know what the timeline is. If he was captured after the first video, the second video would have had to happen afterwards. Which doesn't make any sense either. Yeah, we'll figure something out, time-wise. That's a little wonky anyways. Oh, hi! Guardian, huh? What are you guarding? Jaws of Defeat? Seriously?
Visual tracking initiated.
Oh, shite. Ew. Just in case, let's, purify ourselves. What is he doing? I don't want to know. Oh, the Trail of the Guardian. So where is it? Ah, here we go. So apparently he's going back the way he came. Sort of indecisive. No, it's not indecisive, it's patrolling. So whatever they're guarding, because Guardian after all, whatever they're guarding, that's got to be somewhere around here. We're probably heading straight towards it. And Tyler did follow it as well. I don't know how this is all piecing together, but it's a damned fine story. And here's a construction site. Now I understand the construction site for the Golden Wigwam. What the heck is this? Okay, that looks suspicious. You think it looks suspicious? Yeah, that's not the White Raven, it's a black one. Yeah, it's going for more. I'm gonna name you Poe. It was first. Hi. Is this Tyler? I don't think it's going to be helpful. Oh, so this is your game, huh? Little testing of the Hipster Dude's prowess? I think I can do you. Ooh, that's a lot of high-powered rifles. Good thing I'm immortal. Let's screw this out of here now. Oh, what the hell? Where did you guys come from? Okay, so this could be a stab the scorpion kind of thing going on here. Ew. Get this off of me. Okay, so only you guys are having the red indicator. So it's not actually, we're not actually fighting Oriachi. Excellent, good. I totally wanted to keep you guys on my Christmas card list. Alright, so where? Okay, you guys need some help over here. I can do that. Oh, how many? Oh, this, I could use some help. Ew. Get this stuff off of me. Where? Where's the next one? Well, incendiary rounds do seem to be working, which is good. Ah, another one? Oh, there you go. I'm helping. Ew, ew, off of me, get off of me. Oh, gods. I hate it when they do that. Ooh, more. Where are you oh no, I just realized why they're teleporting in. They're my opposites. They regenerate after death. Where are you? Ah, there you are. Just burn, baby, burn. So it doesn't matter. We can't win this fight. Just like with me, they'll keep coming back, and there's more of me. More of them than me, I mean. So I don't know what yeah. This isn't going to go well for the non-immortals in this fight, is it?
Oh, fuck me! Fuck me!
Yeah, pretty
Not
much.
like this, no!
Dude. Alright, I'd put you out of my misery myself if I had the option. I think I'm hiding behind the woodpile. Interesting. Why aren't they interested in me? Those things are intelligent. They're leaving me here because I'm an immortal. Pointless fight. Okay, so that just happened, and that's the primary issue you have when you have mortals fighting immortals, which is why Orochi is doing so crap. Every time those Filth Guardians were killed, they'd regenerate, and hang on a second. Oh, there we go. Sometimes the lag hits. And so what happens is that you end up with a lot of dead mortals, because every time the filth creatures, the guardians, die, they just reconstitute a little bit later, just like me, but a bit quicker. Now the thing is about me is that I'm an immortal fighting immortals, which basically means we're wasting our time for the most part, which is one of the biggest issues fighting the filth creatures, the same degree of immortality we have. So, on the other hand, if I'm going to go after a pack that size, I think I'm going to have to go with one of my other builds, the commando build, the assault rifle elemental one. So, let's load that baby. Ugh, good grief. Alright then. Assault rifle and lots of fire. So let's follow these tracks. Out of the way. Oh, yeah, at the time of recording, this is during the Halloween. No, you can keep them, dude. Yeah, the Krampuses are these little nuisance creatures that we find running around everywhere, and the stuff you get off of them isn't worth the effort of even picking up. The only decent getting off of them was a set of whitey-tighties if I ever really want to do a Breaking Bad version of a mission. Alright, so... hi. So... yeah, it looks like we're going to be entering in that cave, which is kind of too close to the Anima nexus point for me to really feel good. But let's enter the Guardian's Cave. What's the worst that could happen? Okay, this looks lovely. Full of filth, too. Let's see if I can get the, it's hazmat. What? I can't use the hazmat suit in here. And a cave filled with filth. Well, that just sounds great. Ah, totally not a trap. Hi there, Mr. Alpha I'm supposed to kill. You're totally not. Yeah, there we go. Where's the rest of the trap? Besides the grenade I have. Is that it? Ooh, more of you. Yeah, that's right. Put me in the center and try to kill me, right? If my grenades won't kill me, nothing will. Alright then. You coming down here to play? Huh. Ooh. Oh well. That's not what I pressed. This is just a day of glitches. Well, you know what? Grenade! Alright then. Well, that wasn't so terribly tough, now was it? And you're dead. Which, you know, even if I didn't have to do it in general principles, never mind that. I'd probably just want something like you did. But the thing is, in the cave filth like this, it's less that it's dead and more just it's not bothering to reconstitute itself. You've proven I can kill it. I mean, again, it's that whole endless battle thing, so it's holding off. Now, well, there's the assault leader. I'm guessing he was dragged off by the pack. Well, hang on for a second. Let me make a quick break, and I'll come back and move on to the next part of the mission. Okay, and we're back. So, we've managed to locate the Oriachi leader, and more importantly, his tablet. So, let's see what exactly the Alpha was trying to keep us from seeing. Ooh, here we go. Open cases. Private cache, Tyler Freeborn, and Subject 3. Now, the thing is about Tyler's the one we want, but I'm curious about Cash. I think I saw him in the... Yep. We got the private transfer from the military. Officially, they need to make a stink about it, but he's one of ours now. Test confirms that Cash is in peak physical condition and that his blood type conforms to the project needs. Commence Subject 3 testing immediately and keep this file open. So, Subject 3. Was that the guy we had in the cage? Because... if so, why was he in a Oriachi outfit? But, Subject 3. Subject 3 is live and ready for final testing. We've cross-infected strains with various blood types, and current combination is 83% likely to lure the guardian hound species. Once we have the one contained, good luck, dude, we expect sufficient strides in Project Filth. Now, focus is now on ensuring that we can subdue the hound once it comes to the bait. You mean hounds. That was your problem. There'll only be one, and you don't even understand the immortality concept. It will reconstruct the filth for... Oh, hi. The Freeborn kid is right. There is a distinct difference between the mutations caused by the mist and the mutations caused by the filth. Are we dealing with a collusion of two separate occult entities here? One which is buried on the island all along, which is in the mines, and something else which came from the sea. Two distinct entities, two distinct lines of mutation. Freeborn has dropped off the map, and we're unable to pick up his movements anymore. We've decrypted the video the military recovered for us and have sent a second team to recover any further recording from the Freeborn residents. Those are the guys that we intercepted, and we had that. And the ones who dropped bombs on us. Me. Sorry. I think I lost the crow somewhere among the recording here. Your mission is to recover filth samples from the local wildlife. There is a pack roaming the area to the north. That works so well. Anyways, let's see what Kirsten has to say about this, shall we? Quit, I said. Oh, there we go. Alright then. The official word on Tyler Freeborn and any research he may have inspired is all just wild theories and speculation. That's the official word. The unofficial word is need to know, i.e. I need to know. I give Oriachi credit for being balls out in their filth research, but it seems pretty incomplete. I need facts. I need results. I need Tyler Freeborn. Okay, so... instead of killing him now, Kirsten wants to interrogate him. I'm not sure that's better, and I'm not sure execution's not going to come after the interrogation, because that's usually how it works. But I suppose she's smart. She'll give him the recruitment speech, but Tyler strikes me as one of those freedom of information sorts. Probably more moral than I am. Hang on. Okay, so, the Oriachi encampment. Well, my home away from home, really. Okay, yep, here's the way to get up. Yeah, the thing is about this is that the encampment's not my favorite place to stay, and I don't even remember the combination. There's another way to get into it by jumping onto a bus. I may give that a try. But yeah, Oriachi forces are not doing well. They've got the survival instinct of a red shirt from Star Trek. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going back over there. I mean, unfortunately, if you think about it, Subject 3 they stuck in there, the private cache, is... I think he may have done a minor crime in the database back at the military thing, but yeah, don't know if I really want to get involved. Right. School bus. Look like the school bus is going to be on this side. Yeah, these are the four... I wonder if these are the guys who got killed. When you think about it, the filth's going to reanimate anything it can. Compromise, that's a word for it. Ooh. Careful, dude. Shock drones. Yeah, this is probably the former security team. Yep, drones. Well, like I said, supposedly I read you can get on top of a vehicle and get in, but maybe from here, they get on top of those. And maybe from here, and maybe from here. Nope. Look, I'll give it one shot, and then I'll, it's for crying out loud. Wrong screen. Oops. Scanner. Bot. Nah, not working. Anyways, we'll just use the front door again. See if I even remember it. Ooh, 9, 4, 3, 8, 7, 6. Great. I'll have to look it up again. Alright, it's in here. Excuse me, I need that. Again. Oh, 4, 3, 7, 8, 6. 7, 8, 6. Dumbest drones ever. There we go. Ah, good. Find traces of Tyler Freeborn. Now, if I'm right, I remember seeing a camera over here. Do you remember seeing a camera over here? Hang on a second. I'm getting a little lag issue here. Sigh. Okay, now we've already done the computer, but yep, there we go.
Remember when I wrote about the Pale Men? Remember the stories? The pictures? Okay, check this out. That's one of them. One of the Pale Men. They are real. They came with the mist. I think they belong to the mist. Or maybe it's the other way around. I haven't decided yet. You know the story of the Pied Piper of Hamelin? He had a magic flute. First, he lured all the rats in town into the sea, and then, after they refused to pay him for his services, he played the flute again. Only this time, it wasn't the rats that came with him into the water. It was the children. I could swear I heard music when the mist took everyone away, into the sea. I knew it wasn't natural. I warned them, but they wouldn't listen. They wouldn't listen. So I plugged my earbuds in, turned the volume up real loud, crawled under the table, and shut my eyes. When Springsteen stopped playing, everything had gone dead quiet. Susie's was completely empty. The whole damn town was empty. And the mist had pulled back, out to sea. No more than half an hour at most. Those few days before they all came back were odd days. We lost a couple of people who tried to pass through the mist. We heard the screams, and we didn't know what to do. Why we were still here. Well, I knew. I know. I'm still here because I'm needed. It's my job, my duty, to find out what happened. What came with the mist, who the Pale Men are, what they're after, and what lies beyond. Beyond the mist.
I see. Examine the nearby
Gas
laptop.
leak detected. Laboratory atmosphere unstable. Evacuate laboratory immediately.
Well, somebody else is here too. Okay, what are we looking for? Project Filth. Want to know about that? Observations. We are noticing a wide range and degree of symptoms, including tentacles, oozing, pissing black blood, nightmares, insubordination, tendencies toward ultraviolence, heightened motor functions, complaints of multiple consciousness, random kicking. Odd one to add. Life form and level of exposure seem different, dictate severity of symptoms. Note, comparable symptoms have been observed among subjects that were not physically exposed. Okay. Don't mind the scanners. Apparently they don't pay attention to us. We're in here. Okay. Is there anything else? Testing. Now, one of the things that's important about Lovecraftian knowledge, Lovecraftian experience, is the search for knowledge, that incessant need to find out more and more is not liberating as it is in most Western media. It is damning. It draws you in. You need to know, but the very knowledge will destroy you, and that is where this whole story is going. Compares blood samples of local human subjects who have not suffered physical exposure to blood samples of human subjects that have been physically exposed. Hypothesis. Physical exposure to the black liquid is the only way to be infected. Okay, so it wants us to go locate some blood samples, and it's in this camp. Now, we're going to have to play that game again, aren't we? Oh, God, I hope it's nowhere near as irritating. If I remember correctly... Yeah, this one's empty. Oh, what's this? Blood sample, a condition 12. So we do have a... Good grief. 2 Drog. How? Drog disappear when they're dead, so where did these come from? Can they reanimate? Will they disappear and come back through the fog? I don't think I want to know. Which is the correct statement when you're dealing with Lovecraftian horrors. I don't want to know. And there's that Huldred Sci-Flight again. I remember that awful, awful quest. Now, I guess 2 more samples, and just move over here. Don't want to be caught by that thing. There we go. So let's see if we can find anything in here.
Gas leak detected. Laboratory atmosphere unstable.
Oh, wait.
Evacuate laboratory
Hi, guys.
immediately.
Really shouldn't have done that. Okay, let's try it again without the motorcycle. Might be a little more stealthy. But, hit it.
Gas leak detected.
Alright, let's go
atmosphere
around
unstable.
this way,
Evacuate
shall we?
laboratory immediately.
Dude, no trouble, dude. No trouble. Don't want no trouble. Ah, gas. I forgot about that. It affects us too. Okay, we got a normal human blood sample, if you'll excuse me. We're cool, alright? Don't mind the guy exuding green smoke here. Alright.
Air stabilizers activated.
Let's
Laboratory
try.
atmosphere will return to normal in approximately 30 seconds.
Probably should have tried to look a little different. Hey, but it's an Oriachi gun, so we got that at least. Call that my disguise. Let's try this one. Oh.
Gas leak detected. Laboratory atmosphere unstable. Evacuate laboratory immediately.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, so they're far
Gas
enough
leak has been
away.
neutralized. Laboratory atmosphere has been stabilized.
There it is. Where
Employees
is it?
can return to their stations.
Alright then, and... Ew. What the hell is that? Let's get out of here before we get completely gassed.
Air stabilizers activated. Laboratory atmosphere will return to normal in approximately 30 seconds.
You know, at this point they have to know what's going on, so why are we even bothering with all this? Ooh, so back to the main tent here, which is empty, and the microscope. So let's begin our descent into madness by pursuing knowledge, shall we? Okay, condition 12 came from the sea. The blood appears infected. This is the first blood sample of the Drog, which of course is completely infected by the filth oil. It's nothing, it replaces
Gas leak
blood.
has been neutralized. Laboratory atmosphere has been stabilized. Employees can return to their stations.
So yeah, so those obviously are 100% infected. Now here's the second blood sample. This one is subject 3, injected with the filth, the blood is infected. If you can see though that the strain itself looks different than the one we had before. It's less, the first one had distinct nodules, where this one is just a complete subsuming of all liquid by filth. Now the third one, yes, this one, out of there. This one right here, H. Bannerman was not physically exposed, it appears infected. Yep, that's a filth infection of the first type from Ms. Bannerman. Yes, the sheriff has been infected by filth. That nice folksy girl that gave us the first missions, she's infected, which means there's a presence whispering in the back of her skull at all times. Now granted, we've got that too, but we're connected to Gaia, which prevents it from overtaking us, which means we have to start suspecting her motivations. So yeah, everybody who's been breathing has been infected. Okay, physical exposure, raw data. Physical exposure events suffer 51% mortality rate, 49 that survive, 98 becomes ultra-violent, 79 grow tentacles, 81 hear whispers, 97 complain of bad dreams, 13 piss black blood, 82% heightened motor functions, 42% are women, 9 hunger for chocolate, 27 complain of multiple consciousnesses, 59 kick at things at random. Seriously, guys, though, this is completely unscientific. I don't even have a Venn diagram of all the overlap. The Oriachi just throw science against the wall. Incomplete. Okay. Huh. Oh, wait. Hang on. Hang on. Wait, that is supposed to be where I'm doing it, right? Interesting. Did I do something wrong? Because I thought this activates the next part of it. But... oh. Results. There it is. Silly me. There is an airborne strain of filth. This foreign strain accounts for the mutations found in the Drog or Pale Men and the local zombies. These subjects are infected by whatever's in the mist, not in the black liquid native to the island. 2 sources of infection. Anyone exposed to the mist is 93% likely to become infected already. All personnel working with filth must be aware of the possibility of airborne contamination. You must use a CDC class respirator at all times. But guess what, guys? Is anybody in this camp wearing that at all? No. Everybody here is infected. I have the bee, which is producing a natural immunity, or at least resistance to the filth, but everyone, except for Marilyn Chen. Marilyn Chen has been wearing a respirator the whole time that she's been on this island as part of the CDC, while everybody else thought it was kind of foolish. So, we'll head over to the camp. In fact, there you are. Hi, Poe. In fact, give me a moment. Oop, wrong one. Ah, there we go. Let's get the motorcycle back in place. Yeah, trying to sneak around a camp in a motorcycle just doesn't work so well. Hi, Bob. So yeah, the CDC camp. Marilyn Chen has probably the only person who's not been infected on the entire island. That's everyone. Every one of those kooky NPCs that you like so much, from the Oriachi Vulcan to the Sheriff to... I don't know about John Wolfe. John Wolfe is a shaman and might have a natural way to protect himself. After all, none of the zombies bother him. And find a respirator. Digging there we go. Shower me. Okay. So... it'll be around here somewhere. Ah! Respirators.
Quick access inventory updated.
There's a crumpled up note. Oh, this must be Tyler's. Respirator, camcorder, recorder, warm clothes. Well, I suppose that makes sense. Bathymetric map, the whale watch, flashlight, light, knife, axe, and earmuffs. Earmuffs breaks that. Now, remember he mentioned... ooh, that's a hell of a ride. Remember that he mentioned that he jammed his ears because a song was trying to draw him into the ocean. Now, when we, looking for Excalibur, we heard a song. So that, in fact, could be the luring method. Of course, because we're a spiritual being, as a bee, as opposed to a human being, we're resistant to it at the very least. And it didn't draw us into the ocean, but everybody else did. Also, the second question is, why was there a simply... how do I put this? Why exactly did some people resist it? Why did it stop? The Dreamers are the ones who set this up. That's what... and they're behind everything. And I'm guessing the song is like their form of indoctrination. But it can be, you know, defeated by Bruce Springsteen. Now, if you remember, if everybody... Tyler wasn't wearing a CDC respirator either, so he's infected. I don't think we breathe anymore. This could take a while, so I'm gonna pop over there, okay? Okay, so here we are over
Local bounty detected.
at the whale watching. Yeah, never mind. Anyways, and that's the whale watch boat down there. Now, as you can see, it's got a bit of an attachment of guards, which is interesting. So let's go see what they're guarding, shall we? Hi, guys. Burn. I don't even know where the bathymetric map is. Okay, she's not getting up. Damn. Killed while fishing. That's just horrible. Oh, here we go. Ah, and this must be the bathymetric map. Okay. Oh, I get it. It shows ocean depth. I wasn't aware that was called the bathymetric map, but this circled area he has there by Skull Island must be the shallowest point, which means... Is he trying to walk off the island by taking a little bit of land? That can't go all the way to the mainland, or they, they put the bridge on top of it. But I guess we're gonna have to find out. Oh, hi. I'm glad you didn't see me there. Alright then. Ooh, deeper than I thought it was going to be. How many of these things do I have to kill? Apparently 2 more. Ooh, that was unkind of you. This is unkind of me. Yeah, this could be problematic. Oh well. Right through the middle it is. Oh, apparently I don't have a fan club. Oh, knock it off. Sigh. Well, hang on. Apparently the previous mission wants me to kill bees. Dude, it's not open. Business day hours are over. Sorry. There we go. That's not an important mission log. But let's head back over to the shallowest part of the ocean. Yeah, we kill. I think we're cool. Alright, we're cool? We're cool. Right back by the original corpse. And here we are, over at the beginning of end of things. Now, as you can see, Mr. Freeborn has in fact left his camera, which is an interesting concept. One would think that if he was trying to go beyond the fog, he'd want to take the camera with him, but maybe he wanted to leave behind a message. Perhaps we should see what said message is.
I'm going in. I think I got it figured out. I think I'll be okay. I don't think things are the same inside as they are outside. I think things are twisted in there. If you breathe that stuff, it'll get you. Poison you. But it's the sound that makes you susceptible to it. Makes you do things you don't want to do. The music. Like the Pied Piper. We're children being lured into the sea. Into the nameless abyss. The ancient city beneath. Where they sleep. I'm going in. I'm going to try and push through to the other side. Wherever that is. I don't plan on coming back.
And so even though he knows it's going to destroy him, he needs the truth. Now, it's terribly Lovecraftian, because virtually in every story, the protagonist that you're reading about is drawn in by a truth they know will destroy them, but they need that at hunger. And here, Tyler has been drawn in, and Oriachi has been drawn in, and now, just as a reader of Lovecraft's story, we are being drawn in to see what the truth is. But I need to put on the respirator, which, let's see, is here. And then I guess we're going after him. Now, the interesting thing is that we know the airborne mist is the filth. It's infected people, but it's a different strain, which means that you have a native-born filth here that's been controlling some of the creatures, and this one, which controls the zombies, which is why the native infected super zombies, the Hulks, as they were way back, and I think episode 3 or 4, will fight the incoming zombies because they don't recognize each other, which is kind of interesting. So we have essentially, with the addition of the hell creatures, 3 different supernatural factions fighting over the island. But in any case, let's go see what we can find about this one. Now, when he speaks about the city beneath the city, let's remember, as I said before, this is a conflict not between 2 giant creatures, Gaia and the Dreamers, but between 2 different entities, gods, which define the very nature of reality. So this Stormfront is 2 realities fighting each other. Let's enter the fog and hope we do better than most of John Carpenter's characters. Okay then, and now here we find ourselves in said Stormfront. And as you can see, there isn't really much of a reality here at the moment. There's some lights, and yeah, these right here, remember every time that we kill a creature, it comes back out of the mist. That's because the mist is creating the reality, and it just continues to recreate and recreate these beings over and over again. My guess is, however, the numbers are kind of reduced by, wait, did that rock just vanish? The numbers are kind of handled by how much the Dreamers can process. If you think about it, it's kind of like the same way a graphics card can only process so many so many images at once. The Dreamers can only put in, several thousand zombies and associated creatures within our reality. Here, however, they should be able to do it pretty much unlimited, which kind of begs why the heck we're coming here. Again, Lovecraftian. The truth will, you need the truth, but you know it will destroy you. And that song is the same one we've heard before that draws us to Excalibur, and I don't think I'm looking too good here. Yeah, the Song of the Dreamers, lulling you to their sleep, to their dream. Below R-O. Embrace the darkness. Embrace the dream. Okay, and here we find ourselves in the dream. Now, here's the thing about the underworld and associated dimensions, is that they are voids, but our minds cannot conceive of voids, so we create a reality. Or, something creates reality for us. As you can see, you've got bits and pieces, what appears to be Kingsmith here, a lamppost, stop sign, that. And I'm back to my low mana configuration. This might be the first or second time you've seen it, depending on when the appropriate episodes drop, but when I leave our world, Gaia's world, my house rule, not inflicted by the game. My house rule is that I lose access to Gaia's immense mana, and I'm forced to go on my own reserves, which means I'm usually down to the rifle and the sword. So let's see if we can handle ourselves in this dark place.
Stop. 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 No, don't stop now. More words, please. More memories.
See, it's reading our mind. We saw the sign stop. We read the sign stop. It read our mind and learned the word stop, and then it started accessing our knowledge for other things. Into the abyss. And we create a place to land, which appears to be the park. Except instead of sand, we have filth and these lovely growths. And this house, which I don't know if it's a specific house.
What will Daddy bring back from the sea? Whatever his heart desires, my sweet. They rowed their boats through the Sargasso Sea. Merrily, 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 soon we'll all be free.
That little children's rhyme is referring to the Lady Margaret. When it went to the Sargasso Sea, which is the Dreamer's dimension, which we are essentially in right now, they brought their dreams and hopes and such, and they also took away Excalibur, which probably was acting like a cork in a bottle with the power of the sword, keeping the Dreamers from coming back through the rift that they created. But with Excalibur gone, Joe Slater took it. They all came out again, popped the cork, and smoke. The genie came out of the bottle. And now they're trying to create their own reality down here, based on ours. Slight alterations. They apparently appreciate art.
Welcome to the Red Sargassum Dream. Follow it down, down, down.
Fading in and out of reality here. The walls are bleeding. Not just blood, but the reality itself is unstable and dissolving. Getting kind of reminded of the Evil Within 2 here. Seriously. This, here's the difference between the Dreamers and Gaia, is that Dreamers will just take one image and mass produce it over and over again to create, I assume, their version of Kingsmith. But Gaia allows her children to create, as they will. Probably should find out what's going on. Don't think any of these doors...
Peekaboo, we see you. Look around. This is what will be. We're dreaming it all together. Impressive, isn't it?
Right, a mask.
You see, nothing has to change. It's all the same as they remember it. It's happening already.
Right.
The dream is inside all of them.
I think you're looking for
There's
me.
no disinfecting the dream.
What does that mean?
Exodus won't save them. No, no, no. It's too late for that.
Deputy Andy?
Besides,
Kittens?
save them from what? Themselves? This is what
Helen? That's it. Burn. You're making me kill kittens. This isn't fair. Oh god. Andy's dream is to be forever those kittens, and Helen? I guess Helen's just to protect this town from invaders. Because this is their dream, this is their reality. They're infected by the fog, whether they wanted to not. Helen thought she wasn't because she was above the fog, but simply not being directly in the fog doesn't save you. No sign of Tyler either. And this... yeah, this is the reality that will happen if the Dreamers win. This is what we're going to be dealing with. There's this minimalist, dark crap covered with skeletons, tentacles, and filled with demonic versions of us. Ooh, I think she got me. Norma? Yeah. As a bad copy of her, but the thing is, in this reality, that is Norma. Norma now exists in two realities, this reality and our reality. And I'm sure we'll find some other friends around here. Oof. Oh, hi. Montag.
Armageddon.
Okay, problematic. Ah, I can probably guess who designed this part of who's dreaming this part of reality.
Let them close their eyes forever. Let them inherit the kingdom.
Yeah. Essentially, the dream versions are devouring the regular reality versions. That's what's happening in our world right now. It's being erased as Gaia fades. As remember, I'm not sure if it's past or future, but when we get into hell, they explain that Gaia is bleeding anima from this invasion.
Yeah!
I was expecting you.
Tango, cash.
Now you're making me kill dogs. What? This was terrible. I'm not worried about Edgar, it's the dogs I don't like killing.
Let's play a game. We can make the rules together.
Okay.
Right around the rosy, pocket full of sailors. Ashes, ashes. They all fell down.
Okay, that's not a good one. Take this one off, maybe? This one... almost. Maybe put this back. Ooh, I think I got it. Alright. Avoid that. Look kind of like a landmine. I'd rather avoid landmines. Maybe it's just a hubcap. You can tell. Or maybe it's a hubcap that explodes, because I wouldn't really put it past this place. Okay. Ah, well, that looks like the exit. Good. Oh, crap. Let's try that again, and apparently the platforming in this place sucks. Maybe it wasn't running last time. Ugh, almost lost it again. There we go, there we go. Okay. There we go. Excellent, let's leave. I hope that's the exit, and I hope it's not just the drain going down deeper.
Freeborn. Freeborn.
Oh, that's not good. Which way? Ah. Hi. I remember I was mentioning these things were created by the reality here. This must be their first respawn point, and then they have to manually walk back. So hopefully, however, that means there is an exit out of here.
This way they'll live forever, free from civil trappings. You're in our dream, and we are in theirs. We're all in this together.
I'm sorry, I'm not with you on this one. This reality sucks.
What could be more real than that? You could be the king of this place. Your honor. Deep down. Interested?
Yeah, this place looks great. Tell you what, let me leave and consider my other options, and then maybe I'll... Oh, no, who am I kidding? Who would want to rule this place? It's like, sort of a Milton thing going on here. Hell, any place that will let you rule it probably isn't worth having. Where are we going? Over here. A general store. Don't want to know what they sell. It's kind of this way and this way, I guess. Okay. Oh! That's not good. Guess we don't go this way. You go this way, maybe? Assuming there is an actual way out, not just toying with us for all eternity. Yeah, that's the thing. Technically, we're infected because we're part of Gaia. Hi. Ambush. Yeah, I should have cornered properly there. Yeah, but we're trying to find the way they get out. Not sure, maybe this way? Because if this is the reality they're generated in, that means in order to get our reality, they have to have their own exit. They're not simply, can't materialize inside Gaia because they're not Gaian creation, the dream creation. And I'm using a lot of words in the hope that this is actually true. Being stuck in this place forever, which is probably... Okay, we don't go that way. And they are toying with us. Here we go. Kind of hoping that's the storm front that we can see from our side. Okay, it's not that way. Must be this way. Oh, look. Thing is, they know there's a sign that goes in front of buildings, but they don't know what a restaurant is to put it in the appropriate place, and that looks like exit. You. Now remember, these guys are the ones who are leading the invasion. So I'm guessing this is the guy who tells people to go away, to get out of here, to give them directions, as well as trying to prevent us from getting out.
Tell all your friends to visit. It sharpens the dream.
No, this is definitely not going to go on my recommended places on Yelp. Okay. Just don't collapse on me. Don't collapse on me. We're all fine. Now, the reason I think it's asking for us to come back is, remember, all of this was created by our mind. Remember, everything's materialized in front of us because we needed them. And the dreamers themselves can't actually create. And here's the Blue Mountain Mind. It makes sense this would be the... Remember, there's in the Hell Dimension run, part of our world echoes into the Hell Dimension as the sort of airlock. So this is part of our world, the Blue Mountain, where
Remember
I believe...
us when you wake, and we will remember you.
Yeah, I don't want to see the filth version of myself running down here. So I think it's time to leave.
Row, row, row your boat gently through my dream. Terribly, 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 terribly. This is all I've seen. We want to see more. Release us. Wake us from the sea. Wake us all, and you can live the dream forever.
No. These are the dreamers. And, well, at least the part that we can actually see. But you know what? It's time to go. That was the Lady Margaret, by the way. They still remember it being the thing that brought humans to it, so they keep that in memory. But again, it's also the airlock portion that gets us back to our world. The same crack they probably used. And here we are, back in our reality. And I think we've discovered Mr. Freeborn. Remember, we have even with the respirator, I don't think Gaian life can exist. We exist because the bee provides us enough anima, to survive. But here, a single human, that's just simply not going to be enough. So, yeah, I think it's time to give the due to the dead. This final recording. Of course, we need to finish that apocalyptic Lovecraftian log.
It's not the monsters I'm afraid of. They're not very bright. And they're practically deaf and blind and easy to avoid if you've got half a brain. There are things worse than monsters. Much worse. Dreams. I don't know what's up with my dreams. I mean, they're so vivid and intense. Like I'm wide awake. And when I wake up, I'm exhausted. Like I haven't slept a wink all night. But I know I had. And I think sometimes, even when I'm awake, I'm still dreaming. Because I keep hearing the whispers. They're always whispering. Always. All the time. I've got so much to whisper about.
Yeah, because those are the dreamers. Everybody here in Kingsmith has been infected. Except possibly me, and possibly Marion Chen. That means all the people from Moriarty, all the inhabitants, bannermen, the survivors, even the poor bastards from the Council of Venice, or, the merchants, all of them. None of them can be allowed to leave because they have the infection in them. They are being drawn in, sucked into the dark reality under ours. They are becoming part of the dreamer's dream. And the more they think, the more they feel, the more they expand that reality. So, like a diseased limb, they'll need to be severed. When this bomb drops, when they bunker blast this base, wipe everything clean, they won't be dead. Just this part of them. Another part of them be living forever. Ever and ever down there among the dreamers. This is Fantastic Worlds. I hope you've enjoyed this bonus episode, and pleasant dreams.
The most merciful thing in the world, I think, is the inability of the human mind to correlate all its contents. We live on a placid island of ignorance in the midst of black seas of infinity, and it was not meant that we should voyage far.